I got to tell people about my story, right?
Oh, of course.
We start losing hair, at an early age. Procedure that we go through.
You can see them through my shirt.
Yes, I can see.
So I have these questions keep popping up.
Ask me whatever you want.
We are here live at the Miami International Fitness Expo, and I have with me the Robinson Janvier.
Yep.
Janvier.
That's me.
And he is going to tell us about what he does, which is actually quite interesting. Tell us about what you do, because we were talking last night during the setup, and it was quite interesting.
Yeah. But first of all, I got to tell people about my story, right?
Oh, of course.
How everything begins, right?
Yeah, how did this start?
So,
because you're actually a product of this whole thing too.
Correct.
Yeah, tell us.
My family, we start losing hair, at an early age. You know what I mean? And I'm a fitness guru myself, so I like to exercises and doing all that good stuff, nutritions and all that, right? So I had one issue with myself that I was losing confidence a lot. It's my hair loss, right? So even if I go to the gym, lift weights, and go in the front of the camera,
I wouldn't know anything about that.
Yeah, and I lose my hair, right? So I'm like, man, what I want to do. So I went to a couple clinics in United States and tried to find out the prices for hair transplant. The prices was out of control. You know what I mean?
I mean, when I first looked at it a few years ago, we were talking like $10, $15, $20, $30,000.
Yeah.
It was crazy expensive.
So I'm like, you know what? I want to explore other options. So what I did some of my research and try to find out about where in the world they can offer good hair transplant. That's how I come around Turkey. So I found Turkey, did my little work about Turkey. And I find a clinic.
And this ends up being what? The premier, the
best in the world.
You can't get better.
You can compete with it.
You can't get better in the United States.
No, you can't.
Forget about it.
But not only the procedure, but the price.
Right.
Yes,
on top of it.
On top of it. So I went to Turkey, did my hair there. The experience was so great. So I ended up staying and open my own clinic there. You know why? Because I don't want people to go through what I went through here to find themselves a good clinic to do their hair.
Now you didn't do the one where they cut the skin, did you?
No. We don't do that.
All right. No, I'm just saying. I was just curious if you had done that previously and then got a bad result and had to go and get it fixed.
Actually, I meet a lot of guys here who had that procedure done. That they have to cut and all that. That's real bad. In Turkey, we do it differently. So we remove the hair particle by particle and place it in front of your hair, so there's no scar in whatsoever. But anyway, so I went to Turkey, opened my own clinics, and come here and advertise it. Because the reason why, because I know a lot of bodybuilders, a lot of fitness gurus, they start losing their hair very, very early, right? And some of those guys, they want to go to different countries to get it done, but it's so expensive here. Even they want to go, but they don't have anybody they can talk to.
Of course, yeah. They don't know, who. Where do I even start?
Yeah. So now I create that clinic just because of that. So I think if they have a close connection with me, if I meet them personally and talk to them, they will be more at ease.
And show them some results that look pretty amazing.
My own result, so they can go in Turkey and get that surgery done and be happy. But we don't only do hair transplant. We do dental too. We do veneers. As you know, veneers is very expensive in the United States. For a veneers on your full mouth is over $100,000.
Oh, really? I had no idea it was that much.
Oh my God, it's very, very expensive. In Turkey, we can do it for you for less than $20,000.
So curious, talking about dental work, do they do implants too? Because implants are kind of expensive here.
We do everything, from implants to bridges to root canals. We do everything you can imagine.
That's amazing.
And all our prices are so affordable. The prices that we quote our clients, that includes hotel, that includes transportation, includes food, and that includes your tourism in Turkey. Because what we do is, when we have our clients go to Turkey, we tell them like straight up, listen, just don't go to Turkey and just do the procedures and go home. There's so many.
No, you're all the way.
You're all over around the world, right?
Exactly.
So you got to
Why not
explore the
enjoy
country.
it?
Yes.
Exactly.
So we take
now, usually do that before, right?
Yes.
That's on the front side.
On the front side. So we always ask people to come for like 10 to 2 weeks, 10 days to 2 weeks.
That's it.
Yeah. So we show you the city for 2 weeks. We take you to the Grand Bazaar, Cappadocia, any places that you want to go to Turkey, have fun with your wife, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, whatever.
Yeah, I'd like to go to the Cappadocia, to the air balloon.
Are you gonna
thing.
come? I'm
I
waiting.
don't know.
I'm waiting for you.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to show that
Yes.
book. Let's take a look at that book.
So
He's got this book that's amazing.
So this is the book that we have here, right?
Can you hold it up a
A
little?
little higher here.
Just show it to this camera. I think it'll show better to this camera.
So this is the book we have here.
There we go. Yeah, that's good.
So this is all the procedures that we have to offer. So this is our hair transplant procedures. This is some of our clients here. This is the procedure that we go through, right? If you can see all that. And this is, we do beard too, extractions. We do men and women.
Wow.
You know, some people think as a woman you cannot have hair transplant. So of course you can have hair transplant, and you don't have to cut your hair off.
Right.
So you can still have your hair, and we give you the best hair transplant that money have to offer. And we have
because that actually does impact some women.
correct, like a lot of women have cancer and they lose all their hairs and want their hair back. So we help with that procedures too.
Interesting.
So we do rhinoplasty, breasts, BBL, facelift. We do a whole range of abdominoplasty. So we offer a whole range of different surgery for our customers, and we're very proud of it.
Right, and it's a good service because you're able to get this stuff done. I actually thought of a question. I'm not sure you know the answer or not.
What is it?
When you pay for these medical procedures, they are considered elective, right?
Yes.
Would they happen to count towards someone's deductible, or maybe not? I guess they would have to check because they are elective, but they are medical, right? It's a medical expense.
It's a medical expense. Depends how you want to claim it in your taxes.
I was thinking more like on if you have health insurance. You know, a lot of folks have a deductible.
Yeah.
And if you submit this to the deductible, it helps meet your deductible, so your other services are.
Turkey is a different country with different laws, so they do not abide by the health and the insurance company that we have here.
Okay.
So
it wouldn't count towards
you wouldn't count it.
Okay.
And since the procedures are so affordable, then anybody can afford to do that.
Right.
You know, so it's, you know, like I've been telling one of my friend about it. And the reason why is because I know some of my friends who has spent a lot of money in the United States, not only United States, in Europe, looking for different surgeries, and they're not happy with it. And people here in the United States have that stigma, or if the surgery is not done in the United States, then it's no good.
Right.
You know what I mean? That stigma I want to take it off people's mind, because Turkey has the best doctor. All the doctors are trained here in the United States and decided to go back to Turkey to work with their own people. And a lot of them too are trained in Germany and some part of Europe. They are well qualified doctors.
So here's a question. So if I decide to go to Turkey to do this, what's the visa process? And with a U.S. passport, do I just go, or do I have to apply that, or is that something you help with?
There's no need for visa to go to Turkey. You just need your U.S. passport.
Okay, so it's easy.
It's easy.
You just get I guess you get a tourist visa because you're only going to be there for 2 weeks.
Yeah, you don't even need a tourist visa. You just need your passports, because you just get into Turkey, and from there we'll pick you up from the airport, take you to your hotel. From your hotel, we take you to your doctor's office for your consultation, to through your procedures, and we take you all over Turkey to do your tourism stuff. Like I said, see the Grand Bazaar, the mosque, and all that. Just make sure you have a great time in Turkey.
So I'm just curious. So let's say I go, could use maybe a little bit of hair, right?
Yeah.
So let's say I go for a hair transplant.
Yeah.
What's the recovery process that I need to, like, what stage am I ready to come back home? Like, how many days after the procedure do I have to stay there?
Depends how many particles that you want. Usually, it's like no more than 2 days.
Oh, really? So it's very short.
Quick. It's very quick. So if you go for your hair transplant, what we do is we pick you up at the airport, take you to your hotel so you can rest. After you rest, we take you to the doctor first. They look at your hair. The second day you go, that's when all the process works. We do the process for you. We ask you to stay maybe an extra day to do the wash. Just make sure everything goes well. And after that, you go home. And after that, we have our representative call you every 2 weeks just to make sure you're doing the right thing. We'll provide you with all the products that you need. Your shampoo, conditioning, your serum, everything that you need for your hair to maintain your hair while you're in the United States.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
this because I was completely unaware of this, and I think I shared with you last night that I had a friend who went to Cancun.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm not sure if he's necessarily not. He's just not satisfied. I think he was satisfied with the result that he got, but he wants more.
Yeah.
And so he's going to go for another treatment. He's going to go to Turkey. I'm going to share your information with him.
Yeah.
But my question is for you: did you do one treatment, or is it multiple treatments?
I did one treatment. Like I said, I was like almost bald. I do only one.
When you
treatment.
say almost bald, is it like me?
Yeah, almost like you, buddy. And one treatment, and after a year, so that's a year of like growth on my head right now. If I didn't come here, that's 1 year.
Just 1 year.
That's 1 year, and you get most of your hair back. So some procedure require 2 trips to make it full. But me, I'm lucky enough after 1 year and all my hair grow, like all my particles.
So just curious, if you were to do a second treatment, how soon would you be able to do that? Would it be a year later?
A year later, yes. Okay. After a year, you can go ahead and do it again. But after that, that's it. You got all your hair back and you'll be happy.
So for, say, what do you call it? Like the
abdominoplasty.
That one.
Yes.
So that one, what is the recovery time for that? So the hair is like a couple of days. What about the abdominoplasty?
Abdominoplasty, like what we do is we have you come for more than 3 weeks because it's a big surgery. Right?
Okay.
So because we have to go through the process of having like blood tests and because it's more invasive than hair transplant.
So do you do some pre-medical testing and work ahead before you go on these trips?
No, we can do that. We can do that for you there, or you can do it here for you. You can do it here too. Depends how you want to do it. So we advise all our customers and clients to do it with our doctors there, so they will know exactly what your health look like and all that good stuff. You know what I mean?
So do you have any, like, before you go on something like a abdominoplasty or a hair transplant, is there any specific like health conditions you want to get healthier, or is there something like supplements that you want to take, like maybe even months ahead of this to make sure you get a better result?
Well, no, everything you do, it is not only about surgery. You got to like do a prep because you go. You know what I mean? Like, make sure you walk for a little bit, and if you get yourself more active for your heart and everything to get in shape. It will help you after the surgery. That's common sense. You know what I'm saying? But if you are a person who's not into fitness at all, before you go, before they do the surgery for you in Turkey, you will go to a whole examination to make sure everything in your body, your heart, everything works perfectly, that you're a candidate for that type of surgery. Because if you're not a candidate for it, they won't do it for you because it's very safe there. So Turkey is not a place that you just go and do surgery and they don't want the money.
Right.
They just want to make sure everything is okay.
There has been some, horror stories of people going across the border and getting things done, and it didn't really work out right. And I think that's where maybe some people have some fears about this kind of thing.
Well, that's the reason I start my own clinic there, just to help people feel comfortable enough to go to Turkey to do it. Because what happened is a lot of people that when they go to Instagram, right, there's a lot of like pages on Instagram that offers different type of plastic surgery and hair transplant and facelift and everything. Some of these companies, they might not even exist, right? Or they might be fake company, or they're not reliable companies.
So what you're saying is, and this kind of, I think, comes to the whole reason why you're doing this and why you're here.
Yeah.
Is that some of these situations didn't work out so good. There was nobody here in the United States for them to talk to. They just went to some ad and then drove themselves.
Correct.
Or flew to these locations without any knowledge. No personal contact, nothing.
Zero. So I want to.
That's the difference between you and
them.
And
I want to take that headache away. So now you have someone here in the United States that you can directly talk to, and what I do is.
That's he's actually here in Miami.
Yeah, I'm actually here in Miami. If you want, you can come to the show right now and talk to me about whatever you need.
Right.
Yes.
Miami International Fitness Expo, and he's got a booth right over by the bar there.
Correct.
And he's kind of on the other side.
And I'm going to be in a lot of different shows, so you know what I mean. So if someone wanna reach out to me, they can go to reaesthetictravel.com. And they can send me a message on reaesthetictravel.com, or they can email me at robinson@reaestheticstravel.com or robinson@robinsonempire.com, or they can reach me on my social media like Reaesthetics on Instagram, Facebook, and all that good stuff. I'm always available for everybody.
Right.
Because I want to spread the word, and I want to thank you to invite me to your podcast. I really appreciate it.
Oh, well,
so to help me spread the word, man.
Exactly right. So it's an important thing. I mean, I think a lot of men would feel a lot more confident. I wear a hat.
Yeah.
I wear a hat mostly because I've had, unfortunately, skin cancer.
Yeah.
On the scalp, and so I try to. That's why I wear a hat a lot. Is because I go outside, and now that you got hair, you don't have that.
I want to help. I want to help you with that.
Yeah, if I had hair, I probably wouldn't be worried. I mean, I've actually had to have some excised out, and so it's kind of bad news not having the hair to protect you from the sun.
Yeah, and you know how the sun is very, very dangerous. As we live in Florida, we cannot escape the sun.
Let's talk about that just real quick before we wrap.
Yeah.
I have had excises on my back as well, and unfortunately, I've had the keloid scarring.
Yeah.
You guys also help with that. You said you have I think your wife mentioned they have a steroid injection they can do, which they do that here.
Yeah.
But the thing that I was interested in, you had mentioned that there's a laser treatment for the is it called, is I saying it right?
Yes, keloid. So yes, they have a laser treatment that just started in Istanbul right now to help with the entire scar. And this is a treatment that just started about over 2 years ago.
Oh, so it's brand new.
That's brand new. So now, that is available to...
I mean, you literally, I don't know if you can see them through my shirt.
Yes, I can see it. So so there's help for that in Istanbul. As you know, Istanbul is one of the premier country for cosmetics, any type of cosmetic and hair transplant right now. It's no doubt. You know what I mean? If you decided to do your hair transplant or any cosmetics, any body contouring and liposuctions and everything with an affordable price. We have the doctors, the transportations, the hotels, the nurses, the staff. Everything is ready for you there. You just have to bring yourself there, and we'll take care of the rest.
Now, I have one more question. I'm sorry, I have these questions keep popping up.
Ask me whatever you want.
So one of the things that I think is somewhat of a draw to some of the clinics that they have here in South Florida is they offer financing.
Yes.
Is there any financing with your service?
No, we don't have any financing now. Like I said, it's because the surgeries are so affordable. Let me give you a quick story before we leave, before we wrap up. I meet someone, I cannot tell her name online, and because she have really bad teeth, and she need bridges, she needs so many things to be done on her teeth, right? And my wife referred her to me. And I talked to her for almost an hour, and I told her, listen, how much the doctor charged you here? What was the price they give you to have all that done in your mouth? She said it's about $120,000. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, send me all the pictures, everything you need to be done in your mouth, and I'll let you know in 5 days. In 5 days, send it to my doctors. They look at it. They get back to me. They said we can do that surgery for less than $35,000.
Wow, that's a substantial savings.
This is substantial savings, and I'll call her.
I mean, to put it in perspective, I know my mother had a bridge about 5 or 10 years ago.
Yeah,
that was like I think $8,000.
Yeah,
that's for
one.
One. So what he's quoting is not crazy.
It's not crazy.
It's not crazy. If she had multiple bridges, multiple issues going on, 100,000 isn't like
because her mouth was.
I'm
all
talking about
up.
in the United States.
Yeah,
that's not like a crazy number.
Dude, when I call her,
we're talking about one bridge was
like
close to 10 grand.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, when I call her and give her the price, she's like, "Oh my God, you just helped me save over $80,000." By the way, my husband have almost the same problem that I have.
Oh no.
Then the $120,000 I'm gonna save on my mouth, I'm gonna bring him too. And I'm like, you know what? Why don't you take a little vacation when you're there? Because on that, we're gonna do your hotel, your transportations, your tour, everything included plus your pictures. And you know what? After like 1 month, she was in Istanbul, and we did everything for her husband for less than $60,000. You can't beat that.
Right, and they're ecstatic about it.
Oh yeah! Oh my God!
Their level of self-confidence is probably through the roof.
To the roof, and she's very happy now. She's sending me more people because it's the cost that, you know what I mean. She's like, I want to never be able to save that much money, even if I have health insurance.
Right.
You know what I mean.
Exactly.
So the price is so cheap and affordable there. That's the reason we don't offer like health insurance and all that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Robinson, thanks so much for coming by and sharing your stories.
Thank you, man.
I really appreciate it.
I appreciate it. Again, if you want to know about my website, go to www.reaestheticstravel.com or go to @reaestheticstravel on Instagram, or you can reach out to us anytime.
And right now he's at Miami International Fitness Expo. So go see him. We're at the United Grid League. So if you look at this view here, this is where we're at, and he's kind of catty corner. He's over opposite of this, and he's there with his lovely wife.
Yep.
And she's all in a white suit and
Yep.
pants.
Yep.
He's got his
red blazer.
His red blazer with white pants. You can't miss him.
Yeah.
So anyway, thanks so much,
Kirk,
Robinson.
Kirk,
I really appreciate it.
Kirk, you're awesome, bro. Thanks so
You're
much,
awesome
brother.
too, man.
Thanks, bro. Yes.